Week 3 game of the week was supposed to be the football team versus the Bills, but I couldn't find any footage of it, so we're going to Arrowhead to see King Hester defend Kansas City with his Chiefs against Snowflake 210 and his Los Angeles Chargers. Let's get right into this AFC West battle. It was a good one. Chargers start with it, and the first couple of plays go pretty well for them, but this play is, I guess, one of the second couple of plays, which went considerably worse. Chris Jones breaks through the line and gets an early sack, pushing LA back 9 yards, and the Kansas City defense is ready to give that ball to a star-studded offense. Chargers do gain a yard on second, so on 3rd and 18, they're forced into a definite throwing situation, and it's never good when the defense knows for sure what you're about to do. Case in point, Noah Dawkins cuts right in front of that pass and takes it all the way back to the house. Kansas City with an early lead off the defensive score, and if you're Hester, you couldn't have planned a better start to that game than he got there. Extra point would be good, so the Chiefs take a 7-0 lead to start this game off. So the Chargers have it again, and if you thought Snowflake was going to sulk and stew over that pick six, you were sorely mistaken. Austin Eckler with some strong running to take the ball to the outside, and then the absolute burst to win that race down the left sideline. Nice stick work there to avoid the dive tackle, and he is in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. 63 yards and one big strike for the LA halfback, and just like that, this game is tied 7-7. Just 19 seconds had come off the clock between those two scores. Buckle up. So, we're finally going to get a chance to see the Kansas City offense, except for one minor detail. Patrick Mahomes was suspended because Hester broke a stat cap the week prior. Tisk, tisk, tisk. However, it's not often you can replace one superstar with a surefire Hall of Famer, and that's exactly what Hester did. Ben Roethlisberger makes his first start for his new team, and his first throw goes to Travis Kelce for 18 yards over the left side. Old Ben is playing to prove something here. Later in the drive, it's Ben again. This time he uses the youngster Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield, sprinting across the field, and they connect for 15. So the clock tower is cooking a little something up for the Chiefs. That's a Big Ben reference if you didn't catch it. That's not a big deal. Anyway, 3rd and 4 on the 13, and the Chargers make a clutch play on defense. Pass rush gets penetration, but Roethlisberger gets rid of it at the absolute last second to prevent the sack. Still, though, a nice job by LA showing some backbone and forcing the Chiefs to kick it for 3. KC leads 10-7. You can see the kick go up through the uprights there, and it's good. Unfortunately, it was not such a nice job by LA. Justin Herbert, rookie sensation last year, looks to the left side for Keenan Allen and instead finds Fabian Moreau, who makes the pick at midfield and takes it about 35 yards to the Chargers' 15. He had a really good game, made a couple of plays in this one. That was just the first one, setting his team up with excellent field position. And waste that field position, they would not, as Edwards-Helaire makes the grab out of the backfield, makes a guy miss on his way to the end zone, and stretches that ball out for the goal line. Unfortunately for Hester, he's ruled just a bit shy of the line, so they run the play action, and Tyreek Hill is all alone on the left side of the end zone for the easy pitch and catch, and in the span of just a few plays, the lead goes from very manageable to starting to be a problem for the visitors. KC extends it 10, scores 17-7. These types of moments, especially against a division opponent, are what turns a young quarterback like Herbert into a star in this league, and he does not shrink under the spotlight here. He sees a wide-open Justin Jackson and puts it on him for a catch and run of 22 yards, and he was one broken tackle away from being off and running free. But you still love to see that play from your young guys if you're Snowflake, and the next play wasn't too bad either. Herbert throwing again. This time he finds his favorite target, Keenan Allen, for 19 yards on the left sideline, and catches like this are among the things that makes this guy special. Excellent focus and awareness to know where the sideline is and get his toes down on green grass as he's falling out of bounds. The next play, though, was, well, typically when two guys wearing the other jersey are charging at your quarterback, it's not a good sign, and that logic held true here. Only Dexter Lawrence was able to get there in time, but he was enough as he wrestles Herbert to the turf for a loss of 12 yards. This drive that was looking so promising for LA hits a major speed bump there. The good news is that on second down they gained 11, making this a somewhat more manageable 3rd and 11. The bad news is that Rashad Fenton is not the guy Herbert was hoping would catch that pass, but catch it he does, and he returns it to the 20 to give his offense some breathing room after the clutch pick. Huge play for the Kansas City cornerback. And it sets up an even huger play for the Kansas City quarterback. Ben drops back to the 10-yard line and shows everyone that Hall of Fame arm talent by putting it on a platter for Tyreek Hill 57 yards away. And you know the deal with Hill. He catches it behind the secondary, and no one except maybe Usain Bolt is catching him. And unfortunately for the Chargers, Usain Bolt is not a member of the Los Angeles Chargers, so this drive goes 80 yards in one play, and Hester and the Chiefs are starting to run away with this one just 2 minutes into the second quarter. Scores 24-7 Kansas City. Chiefs get another takeaway on the ensuing drive, so Snowflake knows he needs to make a play here, and right end Jerry Tillery answers that call, knocking the ball out of Roethlisberger's hands, and Joey Bosa's there for the scoop and run, and eventually score 41 yards for the elite edge rusher, and all of a sudden the Chargers have a pulse. Remember, it's still early, and the Chargers draw nearer. Scores now 24-14. Inside 2 minutes to go, and Joey Bosa makes another big play here. This time he gets to the quarterback himself for a huge loss, 18 yards, but Snowflake 210 elects not to call timeout to try and get another shot at some points before the half, so Hester runs out the clock, and to the third quarter we go. A couple minutes in, and this drive has been very slow for KC. Not exactly what you want if you're on defense and down by a couple of scores, so Nick Niemann decides to do something about it. Jumps that short pass, and the Chargers get the stop they desperately needed, and without further ado, we bring you the Keenan Allen Show. Allen had a relatively slow first half, and the Chargers must have made a conscious decision to get him more involved, as they do here for a 22-yard gain right off the bat. Herbert makes a nice play here too as he baits Dawkins into approaching line of scrimmage and leaving Allen wide open on the right sideline. Next play, Herbert has to scramble a little again, and who does that free up? That's right, lucky number 13, Keenan Allen, who leaves the end zone to give his quarterback an option and makes the grab of the 3-yard line. Fantastic effort by both those guys on that play once again, and the Chargers are just 3 yards away from a perfect second half start. And on 3rd and goal, they strike pay dirt with who else? Keenan Allen in the back corner of the end zone. Herbert zips it in there, and this game is way more interesting than it was about 10 minutes ago. Kick is up, and it's good, so the score is 24-21, Kansas City still on top. And they hope to keep it that way. This play is just a case study of why the Chiefs are so hard to play against. Chargers cover all the big threats, but Big Ben finds Mecole Hardman for a casual 24-yard gain on first down, and then the very next play he goes his way again for a little more than 24. 52 yards, and once again, Ben makes a gigantic throw and lands it on a dime. Remember, this is their backup quarterback throwing it like that, but like I said before, it's not a typical situation to have a Hall of Famer sitting on the bench waiting for his turn. Kicks up and good, and the Chiefs take the lead back to 10, 31-21. Fourth quarter now, and you can bet with the score what it is that Herbert will be throwing the ball a lot. Throws it across his body here as he's rolling to his right side, but Jared Cook gets open over the middle, so he takes it across the sticks for a big gain of 22. That's a guy with a lot of football left in him too, still a physical beast and a nightmare for guys to tackle. Next play, Herbert throwing again, and I bet he wishes he'd thrown this one better. Looking to his left side for Mike Williams at the sideline, but instead finding Fabian Moreau for the second time today. It was just a touch behind the receiver, and with elite players on defense, just a touch is enough to make a huge difference. And that would be a costly mistake, as the Chiefs take about 3 minutes off the clock and add 3 to their lead, meaning a field goal is worthless for LA. They'll have to find the end zone twice if they want to make a comeback here, and they're going the wrong way there. That's Lawrence with his second sack of the game. The Kansas City defense does not fold under pressure. They come up big again and again in this one, totaling 4 sacks and 6 takeaways. LA goes for it on 4th down and doesn't get it, and this game is over. Kansas City gives the home fans a treat, winning this one by a score of 34-21. Herbert had 288 passing yards and a touchdown. That's the good news, but the bad news, those 6 turnovers I mentioned earlier were all picks. That's not a recipe for success, and Snowflake 210 will need to cut down on those if he wants to push for a playoff berth. Tough division he's playing in, and playoff spots in the AFC aren't exactly going to be easy to come across. On the other sideline, Roethlisberger came in and performed like a champ. He went 16 of 23 with 317 and 3 touchdowns to just 1 pick. Mecole Hardman had 129 yards, and more than half of them came on back-to-back plays. Here are the scores for the rest of the games in Week 3. Original game of the week, Washington at Buffalo, was a bit of a laugher as Washington steamrolled Buffalo 42-14. The Raiders beat Miami to stay perfect through 3 games, and Denver also won, meaning the Chargers lost a game on every team in the AFC West. Still plenty of time to come back from that, though, because regardless of what the records say, it's only Week 3. And that's going to do it for us this week. For more Max content, including live commentary games, starting soon, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ace510. Also follow me here on YouTube so you can watch highlights as soon as I post them. For players in the league, make sure to archive your streams for your chance to appear in one of these videos. Once again, your final score from Kansas City, Missouri: Chargers 21, Chiefs 24. I'm Ace510, and I'll see you next time right here on the Max Broadcast Network.